Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your June 2025 reading. This is a monthly reading for the sign of Scorpio. That is for your sun, your rising, your moon, whichever you like to watch for. As you watch for the different placements in your chart, you get to get a bigger and bigger picture of what's going on. So June is definitely I'm about halfway through the readings at this point, and June is turning out to be quite an intense month. And as I was meditating before your reading, I was getting like spicy for you. So I'm really curious of what this is going to look like for you. So be sure to like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Welcome. And those of you looking for your personal readings, a link to book that is in the description box. So I really love getting to know each one of you personally and diving into what's most important for you as individuals. So makes me feel like I get to know each of the signs and my audience quite a bit, and I really appreciate that. I really like that. Okay, so I am going to use the spiritual tarot deck. If you guys watch my readings, you know I always kind of fumble on this because I always want to call it sacred tarot, which it is, but this is a spiritual tarot deck. Okay, it's the name of the deck. All right, let's go ahead and change the camera view. And let's get, do you see a little coin? This is how I decide. Spirit lets me know which sign is next. I sift through the coins, and whichever one comes up next is the next read. All right. So I'll get 3 cards here. Okay. Starting out with the Knight of Pentacles. Certainly that is great stability, long-term success, long-term situation. Okay. That's going to be very, very beneficial for you. We have the King of Swords. Okay. Decision time. That's not just any decision. That's decision about stepping into your power. Okay. Very empowered decision. Okay. And now we have the Two of Cups. All right. So, looking at this, it does feel like, just straight away, it's like the stability that you need in your material life. That can be work, home, anything that is, that helps you feel like you have your both feet below you, right? Let me go ahead and get my glasses on so I can see a little bit better, okay? So it just feels like you're on solid ground, right? With this Knight of Pentacles. The Knights are action cards. The act here is being able to plant your feet in one place and slowly move in a way that's beneficial, right? Slow but steady growth. King of Swords, again, it's that this is you being 100% in your power and making a very a very strong decision. Now think about the swords as in, like, when you make a decision in one direction, you're essentially cutting off the other option. Okay, it's done. It's over. I've made my decision. I'm moving forward. And now we have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is definitely a card of companionship, of soulmate. This can also be a representation of you being balanced within your own life and in harmony with your higher self. Okay. That is also a very spiritual relationship that could be being represented here. So let's go ahead. But what I'm getting is that you are so stable that you're able to be 100% yourself and make strong, powerful decisions that enhance who you are in a relationship, how you're showing up in a relationship. All right, so what I will do is go ahead and use this traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck to get clarifiers, 2 clarifiers, please, for each one of our cards. For our beloved Scorpio, that one flew up out of there. Oh, wow, that's interesting. I just want to make sure that I don't have this deck upside down at all, okay, and everything is upright. I definitely don't want any false reverses. Okay, so bear with me a moment, because that first one is a reverse 4 of Pentacles coming straight out of the 9 of Pentacles. As that's very interesting, and I kind of like that for you. That's one 7 of, oh, Mm. Yeah, that looks really great. Okay, so King of Swords, please define King of Swords for our beloved Scorpio. We have the Queen of Cups along with the Knight of Wands. That one wants to be reversed. Okay, I like that there. Five of Pentacles. Did I say King of Wands? I meant the Knight of Wands. I apologize if I said Knight of Wands. So Queen of Cups and Knight of Wands here. Five of Pentacles reversed to clarify the Two of Cups. One more, please. Oh, we got two more. Okay, here and here. Hmm. Well, definitely relationship is, and this can be a relationship with somebody in your home that you're already sharing space with. That's really the feeling that I'm getting here. At the bottom of the deck for this deck, we have the Nine of Cups. I really like that. Really like that. That's emotional connection to your wants, your goals, your dreams, your wishes. You're emotionally aligned, which is very important. Okay, let's see, make sure we get this in the shot there. Okay. And at the bottom of this deck, Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Sure. That works really well. Page of Pentacles. Okay. I'm going to get this guy here. Okay. So what I'm seeing here for you in the month of June is really a redefining of relationships for yourself. Okay. And like I said, this is who you are in relationships. We have this point of stability. What you've decided about your stability here is that you have decided to give something up. So this could mean a job that maybe paid well but wasn't fulfilling to you or wasn't going to have any growth for you. You weren't going to get any significant promotions where you were at, just didn't have much upward mobility. Again, pay wasn't going to go up much higher, but it was stable, right? So you earned your money, you had your home that worked out well for you. Maybe it was a home that that the price that you were paying was just right, but maybe it wasn't quite the right fit for the size of family. Something along those lines, something along it works in one degree, one area as far as meeting your needs, but there was something missing, something that needed to be shifted and changed, and you were willing to forego what you found stable. So this is past energy, this is current energy, this is future, this is what you can expect for the month of June. Okay, so what we had done is we had taken all of the idealism out of where you were. Okay. So it could be like you're just kind of in your own little la la land, like this house works just fine. There's no reason to have anything else. This job is, I like the people that I work with. So there's no real reason, even though your family could use more or you could use more in your life. You had been willing to forego the idealism and the stability that you felt that you had through almost like illusion delusion energy, right? Because this is like a Pisces card here with this is Venus and Pisces, and that can be very like very I don't know, it is auspicious. It certainly has its great benefits of like everything being perfect, but maybe some rose colored glasses on at that same time. So you were willing to remove those rose colored glasses and go for something that's going to actually be better for you currently and long term, because I don't feel like this is just future. I feel like this is now. It's benefiting you right now, and it's something that you can grow in. So maybe you went from like a 2 bedroom to a 4 bedroom, and there's only you, your partner, and one child, but you got the 4 bedroom because later down the road you are planning on having more, right? So you've moved, you forewent, you gave up, you allowed yourself to let go of what felt comfortable and what felt safe in order to get something that is better for you now and has room for greater potential, greater growth, maybe even like in that new job that's going to pay better over time. You're going to be able to have that upward mobility. You're going to be able to climb that corporate ladder. Okay. So this is where you have been. And I love this for you. This is a very strong and powerful decision that you made for yourself. I always use this term strong and powerful, because we're in Aquarian time now, and we all need to find our point of strength and empowerment. Okay. This brings us straight to the King of Swords, because this is Aquarius card. We are again in Aquarius times. And your ruling planet, Scorpio, let's not forget, your ruling planet, Pluto, is actually in Aquarius right now, right, for the next 20 years. So, yeah, strong empowered decisions is something that you are going to be taking a look at often. Not that you hadn't been able to before, but I think that making sure that you're doing it for the right reasons is maybe the refinement that's going to be happening over the next 20 years. And you're probably feeling a pretty big impact on that right now. So bringing us to this King of Swords energy, along with the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Now that's a really fascinating. This is like you're doing something for yourself, and there's not a lot of emotions being put in this. This King of Swords is very matter of fact. He's very clean. He's very data driven. He's using his mind. He's using information. He's using practicality. What works? What doesn't work? It's this type of energy, but always with the intention that is empowers you as an individual, because it's also about rebel energy. It's about rebellion energy, right? Rebel and rebellion and reforming yourself, right? It's about the realization of what had not been working. So you did this around your material life, right? You had done this. Now it's like you going into this energy. Currently, you're in the energy of redefining what that looks like as far as how you play, how you entertain yourself, how you enjoy life. Okay, so that was revised here as far as something that felt comfortable. You were willing to let that go in order to get yourself something better. Now you're willing to let go of, again, this idea of what could be, and you're just taking action. It's like, at this point, I'm just going to enjoy my life. I can see where I had been making decisions that were not enjoyable, that were not resonant with my personal uniqueness. And you're just like breaking out of the box, right? You're just breaking out of the mold. You're just like, let me go. That's this Knight of Wands energy. Knight of Wands, Sagittarius. It is, which rules your second house, by the way, of earnings. Okay. So this could have something to do with finances again, but what we have here is like you're foregoing the emotions. But now underneath the deck, we do have an emotional connection to what you really want. But you're not getting caught up in what needs to be done in order for you to get what you want. Okay. You're very straightforward in this decision making process, and you're not going to let somebody make you feel bad. You're not going to feel sorry for. You're not going to kind of break down and feel like you need to nurture everybody else, because you're like, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to play. It's time for me to have entertainment in my life. Very much. That's what this is saying to me. Okay, which now leads us to the current energy of June and what June is going to look like for you. Yeah, this is where you've done it for your material, you've done it for yourself, and now your relationship is under the magnifying glass. So you have healed so much within yourself, and I love this, so that you can bring yourself to this connection of of a higher place. So when we look at this card and see that it's a soulmate or a twin flame, another person in your life, what that is you being able to make you being able to interact in this relationship in an interdependent way. So you don't need them for anything, and they don't need you for anything. You're very independent individuals, and you come together and you raise yourself up higher. Okay, it's very inspirational energy. Now, again, this can become from a relationship with yourself. We didn't see the Ace of Cups on the table, which I would definitely say this would absolutely be a relationship with yourself. So it just may be that relationships with other people could be roommate, could be partner, could be boss, could be anybody that is in your life. There's a relationship that is under review, and you're not approaching it from a wounded place anymore, because you feel strong. You have worked your little tail off here to get yourself to this point, and you're not hurt anymore. You don't have any question of worthiness. So when the Five of Pentacles is upright, we would see that you maybe had some yeah, some old wound that would keep you in a familiar relationship dynamic or pattern. Okay, and that's no longer the case. You can't be, because you've done so much. You now have evolved, and so the only type of relationships that you're able to tolerate and have in your life are ones that have also equally evolved. Okay, we have here that you're still working on or overworking yourself. Okay, you need to kind of take a break, is what the of Ten of Wands is about. It's like you're just going, and I can see how you could get a little bit of like blinded by just going, and not being able to see all the steps in front of you, along with the card of heartbreak. Okay, but before I go any further on this, let's go ahead and get, because this could be that that you are going so hard and so fast that you won't let yourself process some emotions. There's some emotional, um, yeah, it feels to me like there is emotional trauma that it is in your body, and it's not you're not being defined by it anymore, but you are still trying to outrun it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some more clarifiers for the Ten of Wands, please. The Hierophant. Oh, oh, I just want to say that I did see the death card, which is your card, and the um and so I have the death card that fell on the floor and the Eight of Cups on the floor. So, but I'm not going to take those. If they choose to come out again, that's their, then we know it's meant for you. But I don't think that it was a coincidence either. Okay, so clarifier for the Ten of Wands, please. All right, perfect. Let's go with the clarifiers for the. Uh-huh. One and the Judgment card. This is, let's go ahead. We can still keep them in the frame a little bit. Get a good idea of what's going on here now. Okay, clarifiers for the Ten of Wands are the Hierophant and the Page of Cups. And then for the Three of Swords, we have the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords on its side, just like this one's on its side, and then we have at the bottom of the deck, Judgment. Okay. Okay. So Scorpio, this is a very interesting read for you specifically because you are a water sign, okay? And what you're trying to do here, it's very, very clearly what's happening is working, you're working very diligently on bringing in earth energy. Now, it's always when we're looking at the elements and how the elements go together, always earth and water go together and fire and air go together. Okay. So you're really working on that earth energy, which is grounded, it's physical, it's manifested, it's here. You can count on it. You know what's going on, right? And you're like working so hard in a very traditional sense. Okay. Um, to the point that you're not letting your emotions, again here, again there, not letting your emotions guide your way, because at this point there's something about not necessarily feeling like you want to invoke, this is what it is, you're not necessarily wanting to invoke the power of your emotions because it may force you to reconcile some heartbreak inside of you. It may force a healing that you're not necessarily ready to see, but it's coming up on the table again with that death card and that Nine of or Eight of Cups. I mean, it's really just saying here with this Four of Wands and Four of Swords, we're looking at you just wanting, you want to take action and you want to reach your goals and you want to make it all happen, but you're not really going to find yourself completely in harmony with where you're meant to be or where you absolutely want to go until you heal this wound inside of you. Now, you did heal this. This is unworthiness, okay? Heartbreak is a little bit different because you know what? It could be as simple as, and it could be as simple as you end up having to walk away from somebody that you thought was your soulmate because you were actually trauma bonded instead of interdependent, two individuals coming together in strength and in harmony. And you, yeah, and I think that you're maybe walking away from a relationship that you thought that was going to be long term, that you thought you were going to end up marrying this person, right? Because when we have the Four of Wands and the Hierophant there, but but it was an idea of a relationship. It wasn't actually a relationship that's meant for you. Okay. And so if you can bring yourself, so how does that tie in? I feel like this is saying in order to heal this heart and in order to have the peace that you want, the mental clarity and peace in your heart, is to celebrate what you gained over here, is to remember, again, with that King of Swords here, I think that really what the message here for you, the message for you this month here, Scorpio, the message is you were never meant to find your true self through somebody else. There have been people that have helped you along the way, but you have also had such an inner guidance within you that has always prevailed, that has always brought you to where you need to be in the next phase of your life. And you're about to level up again. You did there. I saw that. And you're about to have another level up. And the level up this time has to be 100% independence. Independence. It cannot be for or necessarily with somebody else. It doesn't mean other people can't be in your life. They cannot be influencing your decision. And the reason why at this point is because there is something calling you. We have the judgment card on the table. This is a very spiritual calling, okay? This is something that your divine spirit, the divinity within you, is calling you to go in a very particular direction. And you cannot snuff that out because maybe everybody else isn't on board with the idea, or it may be too disruptive of a relationship, or you don't have anybody to guide you on that path, okay? This phase of your life, this month of June, is all about you recognizing how powerful you are. And I know that we've seen this, like you've gotten a message similar to this in the past. It's like you're the one, somebody else was making a claim to your success. But if you really take a step back, which is what this June energy is asking you to do, look at where you've gotten yourself. Look at what you've already healed. Look at the goals that you have met. Look at the stability that you have provided for yourself. Look at financially how you're able to take good care of yourself. Look at all the things that you're able to do without the influence or need of somebody else. That is meant to be celebrated this month. Okay. Celebrate your independence. And I know it's maybe a month early because that's actually July energy in the US, right? But, all jokes aside, June really is asking you to have that gratitude list, to be able to put down the things on pen and paper, okay? Pen to paper is its own magic in itself, okay? It's different than just thinking. It makes it more concrete. It makes it more connectable, okay? So you're going to take the thoughts from here, you're going to move it through your hand, and you are going to put it down on paper, and you are going to revel in the recognition of how phenomenal, how incredible and impressive you are. Because one of the things that I say often to many clients, and it comes up sometimes in the readings, but here it is for you now. The only person that you are ever meant to impress is yourself. Now, we could all have some sort of version of I'm my own competition. And maybe that's what this looks like for you. You're your own competition, you're the driving force. But I think that you have also let other people in more than what they need to be in your life. Okay. Having a little bit more say than was healthy. Okay. And it dimmed your light just a little bit. It kept you just a little bit smaller than you actually are. But you have a purpose. You have something strong that your higher self is calling you to, that wants you, that knows will bring you happiness. And it all starts with you having this recognition in the month of June of like, holy, look at how amazing I am. Look at how powerful. There's that word again. And you are all about power, right? That's what your sign represents. It's in the embodiment of personal power and the abundance that comes from that. And that's where you're headed. You're headed to something new, something more abundant, something that's more, even more satisfying, that lights you up and has all of your passions, in moving forward, all the projects or passions or creativity, whatever it is, whatever you're wanting to pour your heart and soul into, your higher self knows and is paving the road for you. And how you get on that road is by recognizing how much you can depend on yourself, how much you impress yourself. Okay, Scorpio, pen to paper this month. Just do it randomly throughout the month when you find yourself a little pocket of time. Start writing down all the things that you have done for you that you're like, damn, I'm so proud of me. I'm so proud of me because, I'm proud of you. I've seen the things you guys have gone through, and you guys impress me every month. Every time I do one of your readings, you guys are so impressive to me. So I want you to take that step back and just impress yourself. Okay, Scorpio, I love you so much. Thank you for joining me for this reading. Like I said, like, subscribe, and if you're looking for your private reading, it's in a link. The link is in the description box below. I love you all. Take care. Bye bye.